It was interesting listening to Senator Whalen initially come up and address all of you, because he and I have had a fundamental disagreement for quite some time now. You really can't have it both ways. I would submit to you that if I was up here speaking with all of you, I would have tried to articulate that the concept of a North Jersey casino as of right now and as of a year and a half ago is ill-conceived. And you say, well, Brown, you're saying that because you're from Atlantic County and you're being parochial and you just want to hang on to your industry. And I would have said to you, no, sir, that's not it. I get the higher interest and I get the understanding that we have to look to what's in the best interest of the state of New Jersey, not just any one person trying to advocate solely for their region. So I would have told you where Senator Whalen's position was, I want casinos in North Jersey so I can generate investment in Atlantic City. I would have told you that's just silly. You need stability in Atlantic City to generate investment. You need people believing that 42 to 45% of the gaming market that comes from New Jersey is going to continue to go there, and you're not going to lose them to North Jersey to spur development. And I would have also pointed out to you that it is also silly to think that a North Jersey casino can generate enough revenue that it will send money back to Atlantic County. And so from the beginning, I would have pointed you towards studies. I would have pointed you towards what the experts are telling us. And that's the least that you could hope for somebody who's going to be advocating for a position. All right, Brown, we hear opinions. But what are you talking about? Why do you say this? And I will tell you, I would have led you back to 2010, when the Casino Association concluded a single casino in the Meadowlands will siphon off 45% of the gaming revenue from Atlantic City, resulting in the entire New Jersey casino industry. And this is for the state. You know, if our point is we're trying to create jobs, we're trying to generate revenue, this is what this independent study said, that the state would lose 3,800 net jobs and 190 in lost wages. They also said that it would divert $45 million from services for our state seniors and disabled. You say, okay, well, that's just one report, that's just one study. I said, well, we could go back a little further and start in 2007 when the Christian Capital Advisors, on behalf of the Meadowlands casino supporters, found that the primary market for simply talking about video lottery terminals was Atlantic City, and they concluded that it would cannibalize Atlantic City's market. But then I say in 2014, there was an independent study performed by Stockton University. And when you're talking about Stockton University, of course, you're talking about one of our public institutions that we invest our money in, that we like to think that these are people of higher learning who will tell it to us what's in our best interests, and we ought to listen to what they have to say. And they pointed out at Stockton...
Let me just correct you. We listen
sir.
to what they have to say when it comes perhaps to educational policies, not real estate.
Fair enough.
Making investment in real estate is not something they're good at.
Fair enough. Fair enough, and I certainly am in no position to disagree with you over their ability to expand their campus and some of their purchases as of late. But I would say to you this. They have a whole gaming department that is devoted to analyzing the markets and devoted to analyzing the current state of gaming throughout the state and the country. And they did a report in their study, and what they found is that the population in northern New Jersey accounts for up to 42% of those who presently gamble in Atlantic City, and therefore 42% of those who presently come down from our own state will be put in jeopardy and more likely than not continue to go only now to a North Jersey casino. What that would mean is, in their opinion, that you'd be looking to close 2 additional casinos, and you'd be looking to put another 10,000 families out of work. And so I would say to you that this is obviously shouldn't be viewed as a North versus South issue. It should be viewed as, if we keep in mind why did we allow casino gaming in the first place? And if you go back, it wasn't so that we could pad our general account. It was so that we could use it as a tool for economic development, and particularly in an area of your state. And I know that all of you care about every single resident of the state. And I know that you have as much concern and care for the people of Atlantic County as you do from whatever county you come from. And it was that kind of care and concern that initially back in 74 and 76 led this legislative body to decide, we're going to allow gaming in Atlantic City. We're going to allow it to go on the referendum because we identify that their unemployment is incredibly high, that their economic future is dim, and that we need to find a way within which to give them the opportunities that the rest of the state has. And so it was allowed to go on the ballot, and so it was done. I would say to you now that same situation exists. If you look at Bergen and North Jersey unemployment, it's about 5%. If you look at Atlantic County, Cape May County, they're at 10%. We're double that. We don't have the benefit that a lot of the businesses that do business in North Jersey, and it's wonderful that they have all those other areas of corporate investment and corporate interest. But unfortunately, we are right now overly dependent upon this casino industry and the hospitality industry. And so if we look at it from that perspective, and we also look to Deutsche Bank, who actually supported the expansion of gaming, they pointed out, and what they said is that as of yesterday, and this comes out yesterday under the bill that you're looking at, not only will the building of North Jersey casinos cause closure of 2 Atlantic City casinos, they also predicted that the total revenue generated from a new casino in North Jersey would be about $500 million. And even if you tax it at 50%, you're down to $250 million. And any belief that that money would come back to Atlantic County, I think, is misplaced. And one of the things I said before, and I will just say it again, if you require these 2 to be built, it was, and I believe it was Mr. Edelson himself, who pointed out that New York will look at a Meadowlands casino and say, and this is his quote, "We got to open in New York and keep the money in New York." It was also pointed out that our former Senate Democrat state senator and the author of the Casino Control Act, Judge Steve Persky, he said expanding gaming in North Jersey is going to nothing more than contribute even more to the political necessity of New York doing the same. New York will not sit back and do nothing if a major casino facility opens in the Meadowlands. A North Jersey casino isn't going to keep any significant number of dollars in New Jersey that otherwise would have gone across the border. It just won't. Now, I understand these are just opinions, and also, Mr. Chair, I do very much appreciate your deference in letting me to go on like this. I know when I clerked for a judge years ago, people would file motions, they'd be written up, and the judge would have it, and he pretty much knows what he's going to do. And so often when I show up in court, I simply say, "Judge, I know you've read everything. Unless you're going to disagree with me, I have nothing to add," and I sit down. But on behalf of all the people of Atlantic County, I think it's important that I finish the points that I'd like to make, and I appreciate that. One of the things that I do believe is important is that when we're looking at this and we're saying, well, what's in the best interest of the state, and we can point out how the unemployment is at 5% up in Bergen and 5% in other areas, but you look at Atlantic County, and I want to give you these. I can tell you that the people in Atlantic County are scared. They're unsure of their future. We have the highest foreclosure rate in the nation. We lost about 10,000 jobs when 4 casinos closed in 2014. It ranks at the bottom of the entire country, as we said, for that and the jobless rate. We have more than 1/3 on some type of public assistance. And when you look at Pennsylvania, they had their legislators go and look at the expansion of one of the casinos. And what they concluded is that, as you alluded to, Chairman, there is a finite amount of people who will gamble. And they concluded that if you add another casino, all that you're doing is shuffling the deck. You're taking, people are going to this casino and moving them to another casino, but you're not expanding it. All of the experts will tell you that, yes, building a casino in North Jersey will recapture some of those who now leave for convenience gaming and go to another state, and yes, that would be additional revenue. But they will also tell you that there aren't enough of those gamblers to make up for the harm and the loss of revenue that will come out of Atlantic City. And thus, in the end, you are looking at a state that has just shot itself in the foot. Wouldn't we want to be like any other business where the CEO, before they open competition against themselves, would study it? My friend in the Assembly, someone who I very much respect, of course we disagree vehemently on this issue, Chair Caputo, when I asked him, I said, well, what study, what analysis are you relying upon? And there is none. And I would say you all have ideas which I am more than confident that you believe in, and that is what you're going on, but I would submit to you, wouldn't it do us more good to confirm them with a professional, or at least let's look at all of the reports we already have and give them the deference that they're due, just trying to do everything we can to make sure that we get it right. I very much do appreciate the time you have afforded me, and I appreciate this, and I thank you to the committee. And certainly if anybody has any questions or issues, I know you have a long day ahead of you now, but certainly I will always make myself available and happy to meet with all. Mr. Chair, thank you.